that you're here watching. Um, if you have any questions, feel free to, leave them in the comments. My name is Jana Edwards, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Corpus Christi, Texas. And it is Thursday, March the 19th. And this is my live card class. Typically, I go live twice a week on Tuesdays at 10 and Thursdays at 3. This week, the last 2 weeks, I've had some little sick kittens and had to take them to the vet, and it's just been crazy. So I think I missed, did I miss Tuesday last week? I think I missed Tuesday last week and Tuesday this week. So I apologize for that. I'm trying to get back on my regular schedule. This today we are going to be playing with the Notes of Nature stamp set. It is the March product of the month from Stampin' Up. When you place a $75 order, you can add this onto your order for $5. It's a really cute stamp set. It's a two-step stamp set. So we're gonna do just some quick and easy, simple, clean cards today. And as a matter of fact, they should be so simple. I don't even have them made already. I have the elements cut, but I haven't put anything together. So y'all will get to see them turn out as I make them. I'm not, I think they're going to be really cute. Today I chose to use the plaid designer series paper, and I don't even know what the name is. Let me get it. It is the Timeless Plaid designer series paper. So I'm going to be using some of that. I am going to be using just some regular cardstock. The Stylish Shapes dies, I used the banners in the Stylish Shapes dies, and I have a panel cut from the Perennial Postage dies. I'm looking down here at my desktop like you guys can see what I'm looking at. Okay, Stylish Shapes dies, I used these to cut out the little sentiment banners here. I'm using the packet of 6x6 Perfectly Plaid, I think is what a Timeless Plaid designer series paper. I think this is still current. It might be on the last chance list. You'll have to look. So let me go ahead and I'm going to turn my camera down so that you can see what I'm looking at. I'm going to have to mount my stamps and everything today, so you guys will get to see a lot today. Okay, let me turn my camera down so you can see what I'm looking at. And I'm going to go through just a few announcements with you. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. Okay. All right. I have just a few announcements. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you should have gotten a notification last night that I posted a video. Maybe it was yesterday afternoon. I posted a video about a Brushed with Beauty One Sheet Wonder class that I'm offering. Registration is now open. There's a link in the description of the video where you can go and check out all the information about that. And if you want to register, please do so. It's a really great class kit. It is a kit that will be shipped to your home. Everything is pre-cut for you. You do get about $25 worth of Stampin' Up! Product, but it's a kit that will come with a PDF tutorial with a One Sheet Wonder cutting guide so that you can have that guide to cut your paper. I did use the Petals of Beauty bundle to create the cards, and I also used the Words of Beauty bundle. Am I still frozen? Renee, I'm sorry. Let me see. Am I frozen on YouTube? I look okay. Let me see. You're on Facebook. I was just looking on Facebook and it looked okay. If you try closing your browser and opening it back up, sometimes that fixes the problem. Let me check again and make sure. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, it should be okay. If I'm still frozen, somebody please let me know. For the Brush with Beauty class, oh yeah, it looks like I'm frozen just a little, well, maybe not. Okay, for the Brush with Beauty kit, the class kit, I did use the Petals of Beauty, like I said, bundle, and then I used the Words of Beauty bundle to cut out, I die cut the sentiment banners and I used it for the sentiments on the cards. You don't have to use this sentiment set, but it is available as an add-on at catalog price. So that means that you pay catalog price and you don't pay any additional shipping or tax. The same thing for the Petals of Beauty. These are both available for as add-ons to the kit. And I'm going to show you what you get in the kit. Let me grab my cards real quick, the project, so I can show you what we're going to create. I have the sniffles. Our weather has been a little weird the last couple of days, and it's been really cold. It's cold, really cold in the mornings, and then it warms up during the day. So these are the cards that we're going to create, that you'll create in this kit. There's 10 cards, really super cute, and you do need the Petals of Beauty bundle to create the cards as I have designed them, because I used that bundle to cut out all of the leaf elements. So that you'll create these 10 cards, and then I'll show you what you get in the kit. So in the kit, your kit will come like this. It'll come in a packet like this. You'll have 3 yards of basic beige ribbon. There will be a full set of the Pearls of Beauty embellishments, a full linen thread, full spool of linen thread, a packet of cardstock for your stamping and die cutting, and card bases and pre-cut embossed layers for your 10 projects with envelopes. It does include envelopes, and shipping is included in the cost. The cost is $59. And then if you choose to add on the bundles, that's at catalog cost. So that will save you on extra shipping and tax for those. All right, so if you're interested in this, I sent out an email. If you want to get updates about the classes that I offer also, please sign up for my email newsletter. There should be a link in the description of the video for that as well. But if you're interested in purchasing this class kit, you can click the link in the description of the video, or you can check out, I will have it posted later today on my blog, stampedininc.com. You can go to the top bar, the bar at the top that says classes and events, and it should be listed there. Okay, I'm going to move this out of my way. It's a great value because you also get a half a pack of, I don't think I told you, but you get a half a pack of the Brushed with Beauty Designer Series paper and 2 full sheets of the Whispers of Texture specialty paper with the kit, which is great. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me know if you're here watching. I hope it's not still frozen. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we are going to, I'm gonna mount my stamps. I know I'm gonna use pretty much most of them. So we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna grab some blocks over here and we'll mount our stamps. I know I'm gonna use the Like I said, it's two-step stamping. So we're gonna have an inside image, like a filler image, and then we'll have an outline image. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I've still got a lot of my stamps over here to the side mounted, so I'm just grabbing my blocks real quick so I can have these. I have my blocks mounted from the class I was creating. So I'm just going to grab these real quick, some of my blocks over here. Okay. All right, I need the deer, the outline image for the deer. Let's see. Go ahead and mount him on one of those. Then I need the bunny rabbit. It has a cute little bunny rabbit image. So I need the outline image for the bunny rabbit. Let me put this. Okay, outline image. I love his ears. He looks like a little jackrabbit, you know? Jackrabbits have, their ears are a little bigger than just a regular bunny rabbit, I think. I'm going to use these smaller ones so I can use the bigger one for the duck. All right, we're going to grab the little duck or goose image and mount this. Okay, there's the inside. When I said we're using it all, I meant we're using it all. And we have, it's like a cattails, really cute. Then there are some like shadow pieces, or you could use them for clouds, but I think I'm going to use them for like grounding pieces for the grass. Like, I think this here, this is supposed to be the grounding for the grass, and then this should be the grounding for this one. And then this little, I guess it's supposed to look like flowers or something, is the image for the inside of this. So I don't have, let me see if I have any smaller blocks in here. I guess I need to order some more Stampin' Up! Blocks. Okay, let's see. There's that. And then this one. I tell you what, I can use this on this block for that one. This one on this block. And then I have another block for, I guess I'm going to have to use one of my flat blocks here, like so. Okay. And then our sentiments, I'm just going to go ahead and mount those too. I need to order some more blocks. I don't have enough. It looks like we are probably going to use just about every stamp in this set. I'm even using my paper pumpkin blocks that I have. Okay. There we go. I'm going to grab my crumb cake ink. I'm going to do crumb cake, early espresso. I need my petal pink and Daffodil Delight. And I think that's it. So the colors we're using are, we're going to use Early Espresso and Crumb Cake. And then I have Daffodil Delight and Petal Pink in the Stampin' Blends. Okay. I also have a couple other colors over here to the side. So I'm going to move that. I'm going to just move all of these over to the side here. So I have them all. And they're out of the way. Okay, so we're going to start with, I had cut some paper and I thought I wanted to use the yellow with the duck. So I think I'm going to just go ahead and start with that. I have a card base, just a basic white card base that we're going to start with. And I need some adhesive. I have a few pieces. I'm going to go ahead and stamp a few things. I'm going to use the grass for this one. And I'm going to use the duck. I'm actually going to use the tall grass, I think. Yes, the tall grass and the duck. So let's get our little duck here. Where did it go? There's the deer. Oh, it's right here in front of me. Ha ha. All right. I think I'm going to get me a test piece of paper to stamp on so I can see if I like the colors or not. Let's start with, let's do Crumb Cake. We're going to go full strength, stamp our Crumb Cake. Then I need the shading grass. I'm going to stamp off and then stamp on. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get our little piece here. I'm going to stamp our grass to the right in full strength in Crumb Cake. Then I'm going to use our shaded image and I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm just going to fill in the bottom section there. Then I'm going to take the little duck and stamp it right next to the grass. Let's see. I'm going to use my light Daffodil Delight just to color his the little beak. I'm going to go in with my dark Daffodil Delight and just add a little bit of shading like that. Color that. Then I want to mount this piece to our, I think this is two and a quarter by, let me see, hold on. Let me flip it. This piece of cardstock is 2.5 by 3.5. And the white piece of cardstock, it's just a thick white piece of cardstock, is 2 3/8 by 3 3/8. So it's just the white is just 1/8 of an inch shorter, smaller than the Daffodil Delight piece. Okay, so we're going to add some adhesive to the back of this and glue these two together. This card was inspired by, I think it's Sue, and it's stamped with Susie.blogspot.com, I think. As I saw this card and I was like, it's so cute. So I thought I would case it. She used some different colored papers. I think hers was very neutral. This designer series paper is from the mixed patterns designer series paper, this strip of Daffodil Delight here. So we're just going to take and glue those two pieces together. Then I want to add some adhesive, and we're going to glue this to the left side of our card front. Like so. Then I have a little strip of Daffodil Delight, just regular cardstock. I'm going to bring it in and I'm going to just adhere it right along the edge here. It's 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4. I put this right down at the bottom. This is such a cute stamp set for spring, and it's so great. You can, you know, for $5, you can add it on to your order of $75 or more. You just have to make sure that when you go to your checkout, when you go to checkout, there's a banner at the top that says you've qualified for a for the product of the month, and make sure that you go and you click on that so you can add it to your cart. Okay, now I want to add some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to have to grab those right back here. I don't want that. Let me grab out of my stash down here. I'm just going to grab a sheet of these. I want to add some to this panel. Stampin' Up! Has got a lot of new things coming up. We're fixing to have a new catalog release. Stampin' Up! Is going to a 3 catalog a year system. So instead of having too many catalogs, we're going to have 3 catalogs a year. And the first one will be our May to August, and it'll be released in May. Stampin' Up! Demonstrators get to pre-order from that catalog starting on Monday, which is one of the benefits of being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. You get to have early access to things. So if you want to purchase your stuff at a discount and you would like the idea of having early access to all the new stuff sounds good to you, you should consider signing up as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I would love to have you as part of my team, or if you already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you purchase from, I'm sure they would love to have you as part of their community. All right, so we have this, and I haven't decided what color I want to use to stamp my sentiment. So I cut out several of the little stylish shaped banners. I didn't know if I wanted to do white or if I wanted to do crumb cake or basic beige. And I'm kind of leaning toward the crumb cake. What do you think? I kind of like that. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the sentiment that says, especially for you, and I don't think that's straight. I like to use my grid paper to, I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you. Hang on just a second. Let me grab this, and I'm going to zoom in. Let me go here, and zoom in a little bit. Is that good? Now I have to move everything over. Let me, oh, that's very crooked. Sorry. Okay, that looks straight. Yes. Okay, a little better. There we go. Okay. I am there. That's good. Okay. So I like to use the lines on my grid paper to line up my stamps before I mount them, just to make sure that they're pretty straight. So sorry if my head got in the way there. I'm going to use my early espresso ink. And let's see. That's working. Okay, I'm going to use my early espresso ink, and we're going to ink up our stamp. And then I'm going to do the especially for you. Hold on, I'm going to bend this label back. Helps if I stand up. I'm going to do especially for you right in the center. So cute. Okay. Then I need some mini Stampin' Dimensionals, which are over here. And my Take Your Pick tool. I want the banner to sit like this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add some dimensionals here on this side. And then I'll just add regular adhesive to the right side, so that way it lays flush with the stamped image side. So we're going to go to the left here. I'm going to add 2. Then I'm going to add just a little bit of liquid adhesive to the other side there. Take these backings off. And add that to our card right there. Isn't that cute? So cute. Now I feel like it needs some embellishments. So let's see. What do we have in our stash here? No, I don't want to use those. Oh, can we use these with, can we use the Darling Duckling with it? I think those go well. Let's, or, let's see, what else do I have in here before I make a final decision? Let's see. I'm looking for something yellow. I have muted palette dots, but I don't know if those are still current. I kind of like those. If these are not current anymore, I'm really sorry. Let me check real quick. Let's see. Let's check the Stampin' Up website. Yes, they are. They're $8. Okay. We're going to use these then. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to use just a few of these. And then I'm going to put one right down there. And that finishes off our first card. Isn't that cute? So cute. Okay, now we're gonna do the same layout, but we're gonna do the deer instead. And I am not sure if I got my pieces cut for my paper. So let me see, guys, hold on. I thought I had put, all right, let me cut a few pieces really quick. I need a piece of, let me put these up. I'm going to grab a piece of early espresso and a piece of white cardstock. And my Stampin' Cut and Emboss. Not my paper trimmer, which is right here. Okay. So I need, let's see. This was what? 2.5 by 3.5. So 2.5 by 3.5 for the early espresso. So I need 2.5, and I may need to change. Yeah. The blades on this one need to be changed. Hold on. Let me grab my other one. So we're gonna go 2.5 by 3.5. And then we're gonna do 2 3/8. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go 3 3/8 right there. 2 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay, remove this. I'm going to get rid of my face so you don't have to watch me stand up. Okay, so we're doing the same exact layout, just different. We're doing the same exact layout as this card here. We are just using different papers. We're using the plaid papers, and we are using Basic Beige as our card base. So Basic Beige will be our card base, and then I'm gonna and we're also using the Timeless Plaid 6x6 Designer Series paper. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're gonna stamp our image again. This time we're going to do the deer, and I'm going to use crumb cake. I think. Let's start with crumb cake and see if we like it. Okay, we're going to stamp the outline of the deer in crumb cake. Then we're going to get our inside image of the deer, and I'm going to stamp off, and then, yes, I like that. Okay, So I'm going to get the deer and I'm going to stamp the deer as far over to the left as I can using my crumb cake ink. I'm going to go over to the left. Then I'm going to use my filler, stamp off, and then stamp the inside. That's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the, can I use, I think I'm going to go a little higher with, actually I'm just going to stamp off the edge of the cardstock there. Okay, and I'm going to use my filler, stamp off, and stamp our little grounding image there. I'm going to use, let's see, nope, I'm going to leave it just like it is. Okay, so now I want to mount these two. I'm going to adhere these two layers together, our white, add some glue, and I'm going to layer it onto this early espresso piece like this. Then I'm going to add some adhesive liquid glue to this piece of designer series paper. Mount these pieces together. This early espresso layer is 5, what is this, 5.5? It's 5.25 by 2.25. And then the other layer of designer series paper would be 5 1/8 and 2 1/8 because I just cut it 1/8 of an inch shorter than the cardstock layer. All right. This card base is basic beige and it is 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5. And we're just going to add this to the left side of the card base like so. Then we have our early espresso layer that's going to go right here. And remember, this one is 3/4 of an inch by 4.25 inches. This would be a great birthday card, thinking of you card, for very masculine card. Okay, now I'm going to, matter of fact, my brother has a birthday. I might just send this to him for his birthday. His birthday's next week. So we're going to add our dimensionals to the back. Take these dimensionals off and we'll add this layer to the front of the card. And I'm going to do it just a little bit different. Instead of covering the whole layer here, I'm going to set it on top like that. So it's just a little slight difference. Then I think I'll use these dots here, and I'm just going to do 3 dots of the same size right here on the edge. Oh, let's do our sentiment first. Okay, so should we go ahead and use basic beige, or should I cut another crumb cake? Or, let's see, did I cut? I think I'm going to use the stamp set that says happiest birthday wishes, and I'm going to cut another crumb cake banner from our Stylish Shapes dies. So I'm going to use I have a bag full of scraps here. So I'm just going to grab a scrap and I have my machine right over here to the side. I'm going to grab this largest die right here. And I'm going to cut out, well, that might not be big enough. Okay, let's see. Let's grab a bigger scrap of, here we go. This will work. So I'm just going to layer this onto our crumb cake and I'm going to run it through my machine to get this label. I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this one also, and I'll cut 2 at a time just in case I want to use crumb cake on another one, because there's enough room here to cut both of these out. I love the Stylish Shapes dies, and I'm so glad that they're continuing in the catalog. They're my favorite set of dies. It's such a great staple to have because you have your graduated squares, you're layering squares, you're layering circles, and then you also have your layering banners for your sentiments. One of my favorite set of dies. Okay, so I'm going to use this larger banner here, and I should have stamped him a little farther down. So what if we put it here? Because I don't know if I like that. Don't get mad. You're going to see me tear this apart and fix it. I'm going to cut another piece of cardstock and restamp. Okay? Because I didn't like how this turned out. It was not low enough for me. Okay, I should have just done this. I use this flat spatula and I can just pull these dimensionals right up. This is why we don't stick anything down until we have it all done. Okay, let's try again. These 3.5 by 2.5 on the early espresso, right? So let me grab that. Let's see, let me grab a, okay. It was 3.5 by 2.5. And then the white is 2 3/8 by 3 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try again. I'll put this over here. I have the sniffles so bad today. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment, which is this one here. And I don't think, yeah, that's pretty straight. Okay, I'm going to use Early Espresso. I don't know about y'all, but I will be so glad when the new ink pads come out. We're getting new ink pads. If you ever had any experience with Close to My Heart ink pads, they are magnetic tops, so they pull right off. And we're going back to not the foam ink pad, but the linen or whatever it was, the cotton that we used to have, the Stampin' Up! Used to have, and I loved it. So we're going back to that one, which is going to be so great. I can't wait. All right, let's try this again. I'm going to use Crumb Cake. I'm going to stamp full strength on the deer. I'm going to come down here at the bottom. So I have enough room for my banner, which is great. Then I need the filler. This is a detail die, so you can see it has the little, like it's not completely covering. It's not like a flat stamp. It has a little detail in it, and I really like it. All right, I'm gonna do the grass now. A little higher, and the filler for the bottom section of the grass, I'm gonna stamp off on that and stamp that down. Okay, now I'm just gonna let it dry for a minute. I'm gonna turn it over and add some adhesive. Layer this with the Early Espresso. Okay, Stampin' Dimensionals. I need 5, 2, 3, 3, 4, and one more. Then we'll just layer this right back where it was. I'm going to add a Stampin' Dimensional to the edge of our, excuse me. So I want this side to lay flat, and then I want this side to pop up. So I'm going to add a Stampin' Dimensional to this edge here. And then we'll add some adhesive right here on this side. Pull that backing off. And then add that right there. Isn't that pretty? So cute. Such a cute layout. Okay, now I need embellishments. What did I do with them? I'm going to grab our embellishments and I'm going to layer just 3 dots right here. 1, 2, 3. Isn't that pretty? So there's the second card and the first one, same layout. I just moved this up a little bit to where it's laying on, and this one is actually laying over it. Really cute. I love this product of the month. Okay, now we're going to do the bunny rabbit. And what I have here is I actually kind of sort of cased this card from my upline, Erica Serwin. I changed the color. She did a different card base, but the elements are all the same. So I want to add this piece of Whisper of Texture. Can you see the texture there? I don't know why they're barking. They must have heard somebody outside. Okay. So this is part of the Whisper of Texture. Can you see the texture in that paper? I'm going to layer, this is part of the perennial postage dies. It's the second to the largest die. So I'm going to layer these two pieces together. We're going to just position that right in the center, like that. And then we're going to put this right in the center of the card base. This is a basic beige card base. That's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I'll have these on my blog this week, so you guys can go check those out. And don't forget, if you want to sign up for the Brush with Beauty One Sheet Wonder card kit, please do that. There's a link in the description of the video where you can link to go get all the details for that. Okay, now I'm going to use the little bunny rabbit, and I think I'm going to do the bunny rabbit I'm going to try in gray granite. Let's see what it looks like in gray granite. I may just go back to crumb cake, but let's see. Oh, I kind of like it. Okay, so we're gonna do gray granite, and I'm just gonna use the outline. I'm not gonna use the filler image for the bunny. I'm gonna stamp him kind of off-centered, and then I'm gonna use my gray granite light blending pen or blend just to add a little shadow underneath to look like he's grounded. Okay. Then I want to take my Petal Pink blends, and I'm going to just color in the pink of his ears. Like so. I'm going to use my light just to blend that a little. Cute. Bunnies are my favorite. When I was in high school many, many years ago, I raised bunnies for 4-H. Lots of years ago. All right, I want my linen thread. I'm going to grab my linen thread, and I'm just going to take some of my linen thread. I've got a mess here today, y'all. I don't even know how long this is. It's quite a bit. I'm going to double it over, and I'm going to make a figure 8 between my fingers to give me a good bit of ribbon. because I want it underneath the circle. I'm going to pull this off my fingers. Pull that. I just need to make sure I have enough. See, that's not long enough. Okay, let's try again. Let's do it like this. I want to make sure I have, okay, I'm going to cut this. Let's try it this way. I'm going to pull. I want it to be like this, so I'm going to grab just some regular household tape, Scotch tape, whatever, and I want to put it on the back to hold it down. Then I'm going to put my bunny right here. I want to cut this end of our linen thread, and I'm going to trim my tails just a tad. I like to pull these apart just a little bit. There we go. And we're going to put our bunny right here. I'm going to add some Stampin' Dimensionals to the back of our bunny. Pull the backings off. And then we're going to layer it right here. Then I'm going to grab our sentiment, and I think I'm going to use this one again, the big one or the little one. If I use the little one, I would put it up here. So I think I'm going to use this one, and we'll use the other one that says a little note of thanks. That is not straight either. So I'm going to remount this real quick. If you don't have some sort of grid paper, I would suggest getting some. I just take my long sheets and I cut them into quarters. All right, I'm going to use my early espresso and ink up the stamp. And we're going to stamp that right in the middle. I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this to pop it up just like the other ones. If I can find my sheet of dimensionals. They're usually right here in front of me. And I can't see them. Where did they go? Okay. So I think I'm going to add a dimensional here and one right in the center, and then just kind of leave this side open and not glue it down, because I think 2 dimensionals are plenty to adhere this to the front of our card. We're gonna do it just like that. Isn't he cute? So cute. And embellishments, I'm gonna use the Petal Pink embellishments on this one. I'm gonna go here and here, and then I'm gonna use one more of the larger ones right up here at the top. Isn't that adorable? So there's our 3 cards for today. Okay, also if you, oh, where's the other one? It's right here. Here's our 3 cards for today. If you place a $75 order, you, whoa, I almost fell. Okay, if you place a $75 order in my online store, you can get the stamp set, the Notes of Spring stamp set for $5. So don't forget to add that on to your order. Like I said, there'll be a banner at the top when you go to checkout that says you've qualified for the product of the month. So don't forget to add that to your order. It's this cute stamp set here. It's the one we used today. I think we used at least all of the animals and every single one of the sentiments today. Okay, so this is the product of the month for March. When March is over, when this product sells out, you won't be able to get it anymore. And you're also limited to one. So you can only purchase one for the, you know, it's a one and done stamp set. So once you have it, you can't purchase another one. Okay. I've also teamed up with 6 other demonstrators that when you place that $75 order during the month, we have designed 12 projects around this product of the month and created a PDF tutorial for you for all of our 12 designs. And you can get that for free from me when you place the $75 order during the month of March. I will send that to you at the end of the month when everybody has placed their orders. I send it out. Stampin' Up! Demonstrators don't get the product early. That's the one thing that Stampin' Up! Does not allow us to have early access to is the product of the month. So it usually comes out the first Tuesday of the month, I think. Um, and as soon as it comes out, we have to place the $75 order in order to get the product just like our customers do. As soon as we get it in, we create our projects and start working on our PDF tutorial. That's why we offer it to you at the end. We send it to you at the end of the month because we have to have days to get all of our stuff and put the PDF together for you. It's a great value. It's really a cute stamp set, and here are 3 clean and simple cards that you can create using that stamp set. And I will have instructions for all of these on my blog at stampedaink.com. Just go back and check later on through the week, and I'll do my best to have the instructions and the measurements out there for you. Okay, if you're on my email newsletter list, I will put together a recipe sheet for this. A recipe sheet does not include step-by-step instructions because you have the video to refer back to, but I will have measurements for you, and I'll send that out in an email newsletter tomorrow to my newsletter subscribers. So if you're not subscribed to my email, please do so. You can click the link in the description of the video to join my newsletter. Okay, I would love to have you as part of my newsletter community. And again, if you're interested in the Brush with Beauty One Sheet Wonder class, please go back to my videos and check out that reveal video and sign up for my email newsletter because I send emails out with the classes that I offer. And sign up for that class too if you're interested. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you next week. I'll send out an email and let everybody know what products we're going to be working with next week. And I'll see you next week. Okay? Happy stamping. Bye.